you very much. Good evening. I'm delighted to be here and thank the organisers for managing this meeting and bringing us all together and acknowledge meet on Ghana land. I've often been asked why I would want to stand again for the Adelaide City Council. After all, I did it in the last century. And I think my answer is fairly simple. I love this city. I chose to live here, and it breaks my heart to open the newspaper and see the talk of chaos, disorder and dysfunction. That's because I love local government. I know it's responsive, it should be nimble, it can be innovative, and it can make a difference to people's lives. Unfortunately, that doesn't always happen in the city of Adelaide in a good way. Not only does our council sometimes seem to be missing in action, but it's actually stepped back from the important role of being a capital city driver. And a capital city has the opportunity to show leadership. It's the economic and the emotional heart of our state. And if there's a problem in the city council, who moves into the void but the state government? They will deal with all the planning, they're running our swimming pool, they're even closing roads. No wonder they're moving into the void, and that's something I would like to grasp back. How can I do that? Well, I've got a lot of experience. As you know, I don't live in North Adelaide. I live near Whitmore Square. I've lived there for over 30 years. My family grew up there. I've run a business there. I've run big departments. I've been involved in local government, state government. I've even written reports for the federal government. And one of the things I know is that you can only achieve anything in this state if you work together. And that requires an element of trust. You can't form a partnership with anyone in this state to do anything if you're not consistent, you're not reliable, and you can't live up to your promises. And that's what it will take to get the City Council reacting and behaving properly again with the state government. Now, I know you all know me as a heritage campaigner and Parklands warrior, but if we all, if everyone who said they were going to do those things did them, we'd be in a much better state. But I actually have worked hard in those areas. I think it's more important to talk about economic development in an environment like this. And it will come as no surprise to some of you to know I've been involved in very big developments. The Halifax Street Depot was driven as a community-led development where the size, the scale and the scope of the development was set and the land was sold. I was involved in selling the North Adelaide School of Art. Again, it was community consultation, a set plan, the land was sold, everyone was happy. Nothing of the debacle that we've seen on 88 and Collins Street, because as the landowner, you have the right to set the parameters, and if you do it properly, everyone's happy. I think everyone in North Adelaide likes the North Adelaide School of Art development. It's aesthetically pleasing, it's in the right scale, and it works. But I've also been involved in economic development on other levels. I've had a big involvement in tourism. I've been involved in bringing major events to the state, and you, like everyone, want vibrancy, you want economic development. And there are a whole range of issues that I think really are the wicked problems that we have to deal with. This city really has to deal with retail decline and the problems we have with the retail sector post-COVID. We've really got to find a way of looking at our vacancies in our offices. We absolutely have to deal with a housing crisis. And one of the issues that we clearly have to think about is for all our employers, there's a skills shortage and a deficit that's really damaging our hospitality, our hotels, all our businesses are struggling. Council can't solve all those problems, but what they can do is actually work. Previously, councils have worked with land banking and made sure they could stitch together deals for accessible housing. We've previously worked reliably to organise major events. And I think it's possible to get back on track because the city, as many of us have said, has opportunities. It's one of the most amazing places in the world to live. It has all the right ingredients, but we're missing. We're just missing the capacity to make things move because of the level of cooperation you see and the relationship, the core relationship that I see between the state government and the council. Now, I don't think the state government will entirely be happy with me as a Lord Mayor. I'll be perfectly honest. They won't like it when I argue about the parklands because all governments try to have a go at the parklands, and I will stand up for the things that are wrong. But I can tell you this, I will always be respectful. I will always work with my opponents and people who don't agree with me, and I will not behave in the way that we've seen recently. I have friends who have always been on the other side of politics. I have friends with diametrically opposed opinions, and you have to work with the people that are in the room with you, and not form cliques, not attack people, and just get on with the job, because that's what everyone wants.
Thank you.